this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue the book of Isaiah. I finished chapter 12, which is the songs of praise, and also start part of chapter 13, prophecy against the Babylon. I'm going to continue to read. I'm going to read it. Listen, a noise on the mountains like that of a great multitude. Listen, an uproar among the kingdoms, like nations massing together. The Lord Almighty is mustering an army for war. They come from faraway lands, from the ends of the heavens, the Lord and the weapons of his wrath, to destroy the whole country. Wail, for the day of the Lord is near. It will come like destruction from the Almighty. Because of this, all hands will go limp, every man's heart will melt. Terror will seize them, pain and anguish will grip them. They will race like a woman in labor. They will look aghast at each other, their face aflame. See, the day of the Lord is coming, a cruel day with wrath and fierce anger, to make the land of desolate, to destroy the sinners within it. The stars of the heavens and their constellations will not show their light. The rising sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. I will push the world for its evil, the wicked for their sins. I'll put an end to the arrogance of the haughty, and will humble the pride of ruthless. I will make man scarcer than pure gold, more rare than the gold of Ophir. Therefore, I will make the heavens tremble, and the earth will shake from its place. At the wrath of the Lord Almighty, in the day of his burning anger. Like a haunted gazelle, like a sheep without a shepherd, each will return to his own people, each will flee to his native land. Whoever is captured will be thrust through, all who are caught will fall by the sword. Their infants will be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses will be looted and their wives ravished. See, I will stir up against them the Medes, who do not care for silver, and have no delight in gold. Their bows will strike down the young man. They will have no mercy on infants, nor will they look with compassion on children. Babylon, the jewel of kingdoms, the glory of the Babylonians' pride, will be overthrown by God, like Sodom and Gomorrah. She will never be inhabited or lived in through all generations. And no Arab will pitch his tent there, no shepherd will rest his flocks there. But desert creatures will lie there, jackals will fill her houses. There the owls will dwell, and there the wild goat will leap about. Hyenas will bow in her strongholds, jackals in her luxury palaces. Her time is at hand, and her days will not be prolonged. Chapter 14. The Lord will have compassion on Jacob. Once again he will choose Israel and will settle them in their own land. Aliens will join them and unite with the house of Jacob. Nations will take them and bring them to their own place. And the house of Israel will possess the nations as manservants and maidservants in the Lord's land. They will make captive of their captors and rule over their oppressors. On the day the Lord gives you relief from suffering and turmoil and cruel bondage, you will take up this taunt against the king of Babylon. How the oppressor has come to an end, how his fury has ended. The Lord has broken the rod of wicked, the scepters of the rulers, which in anger struck down people with unease, unceasing blows, and in fury subdued nations with relentless aggression. All the lands are at rest and at peace. They break into singing. Even the pine trees and the cedars of Lebanon exult over you and say, now that you have been laid low, no woodsman comes to cut us down. The grave below is all austere, to meet you at your coming. It rouses the spirits of the departed to greet you, all those who were leaders in the world. It makes them rise from their thrones, all those who were kings over nations. They will all respond. They will say to you, they also have become weak as we are. You are become like us. All your pomp has been brought down to the grave, along with the noise of your harps. My gods are spread out beneath you, and worms come you. So this is a part of the chapter 14. It's saying this prophecy about Babylon. I think if you recall, I do not know the time from Isaiah to the fall of Israel into Babylon's hand, but I think this is probably the ancient prophecy. With cannot see through the probably this what Isaiah see in the time of his time, and later on the time after certain time, then probably is going to repeat, even though probably it's not Babylon but somebody else. I think it's just repeated in this way, even though it's not in Isaiah's time. I do not know whether I make it clear, but anyway, so this is saying the prophecy against Babylon, and saying that eventually the God, the Israel, believe in God, and the God will lift them up, and saying like a noisy mountain, uproar among the kingdoms, the Lord Almighty is mustering an army of war. So the God will leading the Israel to against the Babylon. So see, the day of the Lord is coming, a cruel day, the wrath and fierce anger to make the land desolate and destroy the sinners with it. So this is saying what is going to happen, what was going to happen from what he saw during that time, during his time. But later on, I think it's just probably will happen, will occur, but just different form, different time, under different circumstances. But this is about what he said. And then like the haunted gazelle, and saying that desolated land is from the God. And the Lord will have compassion on Jacob, and then not seeing what the God did to Babylon. At the same time, will lift up the descendants of Jacob. Once again, he will choose Israel, will settle them in their own land, which is the land God promised them. Alien will join them and unite the house of Jacob. Nations will take them, bring them to their own place. So this is also not only the Israel dwelling in that land, also the nations will take people, and the other nations will dwell in that place. And also the people from other nations will take Israel. And so then they will make captive their captors and rule over their oppressors. So even though they were captured, but they will become the captor to those who capture them. So this means that with God's help, they will overturn the status. They were oppressed, and then they will become defeat those oppressors, rule over their oppressors. So this is about the chapter 14, and I'm going to stop here, and hope you can read, interpret in your own way. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.